fellas, and welcome back to Hertha Hero with Hertha Berlin on Football Manager 2020 with me, Foggy Place. As you'll have seen in the last episode, we've gone through all the transfers we have done, and today we are taking on Bayer Leverkusen. So we don't need to talk about players that have come in or left, because we've already done that in the last episode. If you missed it, just go back and watch that one, and then come back here. So I'm guessing by now you're back. And this is the team we're putting out for the game against Bayer Leverkusen. We have Bingham in goal, Alec and Michael as our wing-backs, Gentile and Garvidal as our centre-backs, Lvly and Arne Meyer in central midfield, and then we're playing 4 strikers in the attacking positions. We have Nyato and Xerxes as our wide men, Kyle George and Esposito up front. Notable players on the bench: Doucouré, Koulibaly, Alpha Jr., Horvat, our 16-year-old right back, is sitting on the bench, Velasco, Martin Zak, who almost scored in the Champions League final, Melchior, Gracier, and Huaxin. So some interesting players that are missing out are going to be Tadibo. Unfortunately, Verbelski misses out. Kieran is on holiday because he was at the Olympics. So he's I think he just came back like 3 days ago. So he's on a week holiday. Jorginho misses out. Yokoyama, who I think, quite unfortunate, he's dropping out to third choice right back, I'd say. Fryer is still injured, obviously, because we haven't moved on from the last episode. Zanino, who I think is going to get some bit of game time this year. Jallo misses out because Zach is on the bench. And Bays and Jonathan David all miss out. Brown as well. Brown, who really didn't get that many chances last year. I expected him to play more games. He did not. Quite unfortunate. Hopefully he gets some games for the B team. Try and play him in like cup games, maybe Champions League games that mean nothing, which we haven't had our Champions League group draw yet. So that'll be in the next episode. We get to find out who we're playing in the Champions League. And I cannot wait. Be interesting to see who we get drawn against, seeing that we're current holders. You know, greatest team in the world. It is 1 year as well until the Club World Cup, so that's not going to happen for a wee little while. But they've Rodrigo, who's just come in, making his debut today. Mats Hummels looking at to start this game. Turneriga is sitting on the bench. Mitchelstad is unavailable for this game, which is a little unfortunate. We don't get to meet all of our ex-players that are at Bayer Leverkusen. We're going to assertively team sure should win this game with no problems. Gentile made his international debut as well during the summer. He did really rather well. We actually haven't looked at who won the World Cup. Was it a World? No, was it the Euros? I think it was the Euros. Was it the Euros? I don't remember. But we have to look at that. Xerxes' header blocked by the keeper. Or caught by the keeper. Don't need the league tables. We're going to just minimise that. Keep it there just in case we do need it at some point. Rodrigo almost scores 10 minutes into his debut. That would have been good for him. We don't have many new players in the team at the minute. But with Sabazlai looking to up sticks and leave, there's a chance that one of the understudies come into the team and get some bit of game time. I'm thinking mostly Zach. Zanino might get a chance. Kyle George just outside the box, passed it to Nyato, and Nyato's shot is saved quite comfortably by their keeper. But at least we're putting the Bayer Leverkusen players under pressure. We're still on key highlights. And Rodrigo does score, but 12 minutes into his debut. In an alternate universe, Sergio Gomez is... In Clayt's universe, Sergio Gomez is a Hertha legend. But not in this world. We didn't sign him here. We brought in Lvly instead, because Lvly is one of my favourite players. Lvly and Arnemeyer are my favourite midfield partnership in Football Manager. If given the chance, I will always sign them. If you look back at my beta series, I signed the two of them. And Esposito, his third of the season, levels it up just a minute later. Literally did not get a chance to even enjoy their 1-0 lead. We pulled it straight back. I'm hoping we can... I would love an unbeaten season this year. I don't know if an unbeaten season is going to happen, but it would be delightful, if I do say so myself. Arnemeyer all the way back to Bingham. Gets it out to Gentile. All the way back to Bingham again. I think Bingham has definitely solidified himself as the number one choice goalkeeper. But it's just a case of, I think, Tukurin, Konchkin, or I can't remember the other the Kazakh goalkeeper, Kanachin. If either one of them decide to start, get really good, then they'll definitely be in with a chance of making a push for first team football. Pablo Gentile scores from the corner. We are 2-1 up. Bayer Leverkusen's lead lasted 1 minute. The game was level again, and now we've decided 16 minutes later to take the lead. And it's a centre-back who scored. Michael, easy for the keeper. Gentile almost got himself his second of the game. Would have been, imagine coming out of this game where our top scorer in the league is one of our centre-backs, and it's not Garvidal. I suppose Garvidal doesn't score too many. Well, I suppose he scored like 7 last year. Scored 6 in the league, 8 in total. The season before scored 4. 4 the season before. Didn't score the season before that, and his first season here he didn't score at all. He's had quite the jump from when he started. Lukanets is doing exactly what I would have hoped he would do. He's not playing that well. Kyle George is having a bit of a poor game, as is Aleg and Xerxes. I think Xerxes is another one of those players where it's probably a bad idea to sign him, but you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Xerxes almost proved me wrong by scoring a goal, and somebody I think that was Gentile, headed just over. But Lukanets played a 6.5, 6.6. We haven't really seen that much of him. I don't think they're utilising him as best they could, which is a little disappointing when I've seen how good he can be and what was Bingham doing. Rodrigo scores his second of the game. I don't understand what Bingham was doing. Maybe Kouame blocked his vision. He didn't see the ball coming towards him. That's what we'll say happened, because otherwise I'm going to be very annoyed with Bingham. But Arnemeyer, Lvly, releases Kyle George. He can't get it past the keeper. For some reason decides to stop the ball and keep it in. But we do get a throw out of it. Are we going to get a highlight from the throw? We are not. Right. Well, Xerxes, you are probably coming off, because you have just been terrible. So Xerxes is going to move Esposito to the left. Bring Gracier on as a striker. Alig is struggling, so we're going to bring on Horvit's going to play 20 minutes. Our 16-year-old right back is going to come on, play 20 minutes. We have 2 Czech players on the pitch at the minute. We're going to ask the players to show some passion. Horvath booked already. You do love to see it. Kyle George not having a great game. Don't really want to bring on. Actually, move Esposito back to striker. Bring Mel Schwar on to play on the left. This is very disappointing opening day of the season. If we do draw 2-2, will help getting an unbeaten season if we can get a draw. I would prefer a victory, but we have to see if we can get that. Nyoto has just done his man and then shoot wide. And not just a little wide, shot very wide. So I think this is going to make Horvath the youngest player to ever play in the Bundesliga. It's not good enough, lads. That really was not good enough. Xerxes, very disappointed. Alec, let yourself down. And we're going to leave it at that. Let's see, does Horvath become the youngest ever player? No. Interesting. That was Esposito's 50th game, so we just paid 15 million to Inter for signing Esposito. So he's now cost us 45 million. It's worth 66. We could easily sell him for a profit. We've loan offers for players, but none of them have been accepted. An awful lot of Iranian teams are in from Iran. Yeah, it is Iran. Because I decided to put Adzar on the loan list to see if we could get a loan that get him some game time, see if he can get any better than he already is. We have to wait and see. So yeah, next episode will be the Champions League draw for the group stage, and then the first game in the Champions League, depending on who we get in said draw. But I don't know who is. Alright, so I would love if Galatasaray got through, because we know we can smash them. Red Bull Salzburg might make it through. And we know we can beat Shakhtar. So if Shakhtar get through, and I want to play Genk. I want to smash Genk. Because anyone who was watching my other series will know that I managed Ghent for 3 seasons. And we did quite well. Won the Champions League with them. You know, just as you do. So, like I said, next episode will be the Champions League group stage draw, which shouldn't be too far away. The draw should be... When is the draw? The 29th of August. So it's coming up. That'll be the start of the next episode, and then we'll have the most interesting first game for that. So if you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all of your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!